Alright, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm designer Jon-West Kennedy, and today I will be showing you how to create a basic grid using Adobe Illustrator and how it's used for a tool or aid for many designs you see today. So before starting any design, you must have an idea, right? An idea that must be further explored by thumbnailing or through sketches until you come up with an idea or concept that you feel that is going to be best used for your design. So here, I already started that for you, just to show you basically how I did this. So this is a moleskin here with some sketches or thumbnails, basically of what I thought what this grid may look like for this design that I'm about to show you. So I just went ahead and scanned that moleskin directly into my computer right onto my desktop. And in case you're wondering, I'm using QuickTime here to create this video while using a microphone to record my voice in case you're trying to create a tutorial for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Adobe Illustrator. Here I have CC 2017. You don't really need this version in order to create a grid. I believe any version will work just fine as long as you have the basic tools over here and rectangle tool. So over here, before I even started, I already created basically what I thought was going to be my layers um, as far as how I'm going to build this design based off of my sketches here that I already brought into Illustrator and created it as a layer called reference, so that way I can put it against my document on the side for reference of what this grid may look like. So here I opened up a tabloid sized document. You just go to File, New. In this case, on mine, it looks like this because it's 2017, but you would go to Print, and then you'd go down to Tabloid, and then Open, and you'd want it vertical. And that's what I did here. So I went ahead and I started on my first layer using the rectangle tool. I called it Border. So you'll go down to bottom here, create new layer. I just created one calling it Border. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my rectangle tool over here, and you want to make sure that your stroke size is at 1 point or smaller. But then I also go down to my colors here and make sure that this is my fill, that there is no stroke color or no fill color. And then I check my stroke to make sure that there is no stroke color, because essentially you just want them to be basically invisible, so that way you can go ahead and start dropping in your content or your design. So you can go ahead and start at the top corner of your tabloid, drag down to the bottom corner, create, and then you can go ahead and make a new layer. In this case, I called it inside box because that's what this is going to be for. So I will go back to my rectangle tool, and again, start where I feel like is going to be the start of the design. Move down tabloid. And in case you don't have it right the first time, you can always grab your direct select or selection tool here, drag down. In this case, I have already done it previously, so that way it just makes this a little bit quicker and easier for you guys, so that way you can see the finish. But what I'm doing here is just making sure that it fits the one I made previously. You can make it any size you want. I like to use View Grid here, so I go up to View, go down to Grid. In this case, my grid's already on, but it'd be right here above Snap to Grid. You'll just click that, and it'll show you this background grid. It's really nice to use when creating grids for yourself, just because it's already basically in a format that's easy to see. So there's that. Creating another rectangle here on a new layer, making sure that you're creating a new layer every time you're making a new box. And then this is going to be my subtitle, as you see right here. This is my reference that I'm using, that I'm making, and that's what it's going to look like. So I'm going here to find my box. Dragging it down, making sure it fits the other box. Like so. And to make this easier for you, I just did it so that way you can't see the stroke at all. But you can lock your layers on the side panel here. But if you want to go ahead, in this case, I'm going to give everything a stroke so that way you can see it. Give that a stroke. And then I'm going to go in and highlight all the ones that I have already created. And if you want to direct select something, you can also click this target box on the side here. If you're trying to direct select something, but I have already created these in a sense. So again, every layer, you just go back and, create your own. Command Z if you ever want to undo. Back to the one I already created. So again, these ones are already on here. I only did that to shorten the video, but you can create it in any sort of way or fashion you desire, just as long as your design fits in it well or is easily understood. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what the other one was. So this is just a copy and paste of one I did earlier, just so that way I can show you in comparison. It looks pretty decent, judging that I didn't use a stroke. But so this obviously doesn't matter. That was just for me. But now since you have your basic grid, you can go ahead and start creating new layers on each one that's already created for you as your title and start dropping in your content. So I'm going to go over to my poster that I made, showing you again. Here's the grid that I used. I'm going to go ahead and unlock all these other layers because these are the ones that I made. And I just started filling in based off that reference again. There's the title, Brockman. Or there's the last name, Brockman. Subtitle, Grid Design and Philosophy. With content. So within each bounding box, I went ahead. I just created one text document. And then once it's in there, you can go up to type and area type options, number of columns, and you can go ahead and set in however many you would like there, and then you can just drag it to fit. And then here is image, and then background. So there you can see I just layered over the top the grid so that way you can see it. I changed the transparency of it so that way it's viewable. But there you go. You can see everything fits right in there. I can even toggle that off. And then that would be the finish. And then you file save as JPEG or PDF and go ahead and print out your successful grid design. Thanks for viewing and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and thank you for watching.